MrGalxyboy back. I'm not really going to record Roblox videos today. I'm just gonna basically do a flight on the Flight Simulator X, just as I said on ROBLOX. My status, I have the Flight Simulator. When I opened it, I thought this was going to be pretty cool. And so when I took my first flight in the airplane, I looked at the cockpit and all the materials meaning, the primary flight display, the map, and then the other display, and then the throttle, speed brakes, parking brake, should be activated, okay. And then flaps, landing gear, all of these things. I was just confused and I didn't know what to do. So, my favorite flight now that I've gotten so far into the flight sim is from Tampa to Birmingham. Let's go. If I go to options, flights, flight planner. If I go to find route, I already set the altitude. We'll be at 33,000 feet today. Basically, it's just an hour and 25-minute flight. We fly a little bit over the coast here, or in the walk over the ocean. Come back out on land. We're near Jacksonville, which is over here. This is Tallahassee. This is going to be a Tallahassee International somewhere. Well, we contact Jacksonville Center all the way here, and here we contact Atlanta Center. We go through here, they start descending us, and start getting us on the right path, and we get into Montgomery approach, which takes us over here, and we go into Birmingham approach, which takes us for the approach, and we contact tower and land. So today we are going to be flying the CRJ 700. So the passengers out. So passengers just looks realistic. Yeah, by the way, to open the doors, you have to press Shift E. To attach or detach the jetway, you press simple J. Which I'm not really going to use the jetway though, because I'm a small airplane. I put everything to custom on here, not like max or minimal or stuff like that. So yeah, there's the tower, the airport itself. No, it's pretty big. Trying to see if I can really. Yeah, I zoom out. Okay. Here we are. The entire airport. With another AI plane coming somewhere. Oh, there's 747. Alright. So anyways, we're in the cockpit. Now to start contacting the controllers, we have to flip this on, which turns on the primary flight display. For speed, correct that. Speed reads 0, altitude reads 0. That levels off the map. And then other functions. This just goes back to default. Yeah, so anyways, I have a joystick. So yeah, left, right, pull back, push forward, rudders, throttle control, stuff like that. Anyway, so if I open original control, minimize it so it doesn't almost get in my way, because it automatically appears when they start talking to me. We're going to turn the ATIS.
Tampa Airport information, India 1730 Zulu, wind 265 at 5, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition 6000 altimeter 2999, ILS, runway 18, right in ILS, runway 18, left in use, landing and departing runway 18, right in runway 18, left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India.
Okay, we have
Tampa
India.
Airport.
I don't really talk to air traffic control, at least not until I get comfortable, more comfortable with it. So we don't request IFR clearance, we are flying instrument flight rules.
Tampa clearance delivery. Bombardier IFR to Birmingham. Ready to
Get to
copy.
this for a second.
Bombardier is cleared Birmingham Airport as filed. Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 8,000. Departure frequency is 119.9er. Squawk 2 port 12. Bombardier cleared Birmingham Airport as filed. Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 8,000. Departure on 119.9er. Squawk 2 port 12. Bombardier, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.35.
Oh, there's just something. Alright, so we're basically going to push back before we contact ground. So it makes everything a lot more easier. Ooh, that's a bit too fast. I'm going to go with 290 knots today. So, that right. That's this view. Oh, goodbye. How do they lift off that fast, though? Parking brake off. Push back initiated. I'm not very unrealistic. Okay, so we're going to push back until we get to about there. I used to start at gate G10, which is over there, I guess. This is airside C. No, that doesn't make sense. Wait. You can't really control which way they're pushing back unless if you press 1 or 2. If I press 2 now, it's not going to work. Oh, it actually does work this time. Wow. So I guess we're going to do a pretty realistic flight today. So we're going to push back. 747, these things are like big. As you could just see it. 747 something. Is that it? 737. 747 is probably over there. No? Oh wait, just took off from over there. Never. Oh, I see, they're gonna line up with this. This is pretty smart. So we're just gonna end up probably taxiing from there to over there, and then take off from that runway. Lift off, turn left, and fly there. This is pretty nice. That's enough pushback. Brakes on. Hypercam brakes engaged. Now we start the engine start up. Is right side clear? Right side clear. Alright. So ignition on. Starting engine 2. Like how it just goes out. It sounds so realistic. Engine 2 is alive. There we go. What's that thing doing? Let's see, starting engine 1. CRJ is a lot more understandable, in my opinion. Engine 2 is alive. What is it? Yeah, it is. We can stop that. Ignition switch off. We have 2 engines. Now, we contact ground.
Tampa
Press
ground,
taxi.
Bombardier with Juliet, ready to taxi IFR. Bombardier to taxi 2 and hold short of runway 18 right via taxiway Alpha 6 Bravo 6 Whiskey. Contact tower on 119.05 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 18 right using taxiway
What I do
Alpha 6
is,
Bravo 6 Whiskey. Bombardier.
I press,
Tampa ground, world travel 191.
AI.
Request taxi to the gate.
Oh,
World
no,
travel
he just landed.
191, taxi to gate Golf 29er using taxiway Whiskey 5 Whiskey Juliet Alpha 1 more. Taxiing to gate Golf 29er via taxiway Whiskey 5 Whiskey Juliet Alpha 1 4. World travel 191.
Alright. Parking brake off. Let's do this. I usually keep this with me, because it reads the speed while we're on the ground. Here we go. Oh. Well, that actually sort of scared me, to be honest. Alright, well, as I'm taxiing, I play by the default flight sim because I still have to get comfortable with everything and how everything works. Because, to be honest, I'm still learning. And, eventually I'm gonna probably quit Roblox and stop making those videos and focus on this. Because, I'm probably gonna create Roblox music videos before I quit. It really just depends. Maybe it's a fun pie. The Tampa taxiway is actually quite interesting. I don't know why I thought it was interesting, I just did. So, we should press over. Box around to 1. Box 1. Box 2. Whoa. Okay. Stop for takeoff. Set. I am planning on being a little pilot in my future. Do we need taxi lights? Might as well put them on. Oh yeah, the reason why I put this here is because it's a lot easier to line up with the taxi lines, so the taxiing is a lot more realistic. And later when we get to Birmingham, I may just line up with the runway with the tail view, and then you just land from the landing gear. Oh, there's a AK-21 over there. It's landing. Nice. Cool. Okay, now time to. There we go. You know what I don't understand is let me line up again. What I don't understand is why does the AI engine sound like real aircraft sound when this? I don't know. Yeah, you'll start hearing the like what you're hearing now. Oh my god, just taking on the brakes. I used to be like one of those people who had to take these deep turns, or steep turns, not deep turns, and basically land that way. I didn't line up with the runway correctly. I actually missed the airport my first flight because I wasn't with the air traffic, or the air traffic control. And as I said before, I'm still learning more about. I'm still. Why do they just taxi like that? Not taxi, just drive like that. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, we're coming up to the runway now. Oh.
Tampa ground, Pacifica 3786, taxi to the gate. Pacifica 3786, taxi to gate Golf 11, via taxiway Whiskey 4, Whiskey Alpha 5.
Taxiing to
gate Golf 11, using taxiway Whiskey 4, Whiskey Alpha 5, Pacifica 3786.
Anyway, before I take off here, I wanted to let you know, and before I forget, that those ROBLOX videos I'm not going to have up until by the time I get into Alabama, which is going to be this Labor Day, because I'm still going to have school up there. I just decided I would like to live with my grandmother again. At least maybe until I get to high school, and then it's really just my choice what I want to do. Anyway, this is like a trainer for my career. That's if I can make it. We're taking a turn. Why are we still going faster? Alright. Well, say goodbye to Tampa. That's not our speed. Here we are. I usually just stop on the runway because there's not really any traffic inbound for landing. Alright, so let's turn on the runway here. Continue. Alright, here we are. There's a good spot. Let's request takeoff. So I go about halfway.
World travel 114, cleared to land, runway 18 right. Caution that Boeing 737 landing, runway 18 left. Cleared to land, runway 18 right. World travel 114.
Taking off left. Knots. V1, rotate. Gear up. Spectacular takeoff. I'm gonna fly this thing manual for the takeoff.
Bombardier, contact Tampa departure on 119.9. 119.9 for Bombardier. Tampa approach, Bombardier is at 900, climbing 8,000. Bombardier, Tampa approach, roger, altimeter 2999. Bombardier, turn right, heading 335, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 8,000. Turn right, heading 335, proceed on course, climb and maintain 8,000. Bombardier.
Right, sorry.
Bombardier, turn right, heading 005. Turn right, heading 005. Bombardier. Bombardier, contact Tampa departure on 125.3. 125.3 for Bombardier. Tampa departure, Bombardier, just climbing through 3,300 for 8,000. Bombardier Tampa departure, roger. Altimeter 2998.
Well, I'm going to be recording the entire time. So if you guys really have the amount of time to watch this long, because I'm not really going to do one of those, you know, two video recording things, because that's just not fun to me. I want to show you guys the entire flight and basically how boring it is. Because literally all you do is climb up to 33,000, whatever you're about to do.
Bombardier, contact Tampa departure on 119.9.
Oh yeah.
Point 119.9 Bombardier.
I don't know why they say
Tampa
Bombardier.
departure, Bombardier, just climbing through 5,300 for 8,000. Bombardier, Tampa departure, roger. Altimeter 2999.
See, I will make these mistakes. I will forget to put some things on here. This one, we'll switch off. So we have engines on. So, let's see. There's some turbulence. Huh. Is that light engine? Wow. That is amazing. It's really amazing. Anyway, I am going to continue.
Bombardier, turn left heading 335, proceed on course. Bombardier, turn left heading 335, resume on navigation, climb and maintain flight level 200. Turn left heading 335, proceed on course, climb and maintain flight level 200, Bombardier. Bombardier, contact Tampa departure on 125.3. 125.3 for Bombardier. Tampa approach, short 4281 is at 7,200, climbing 13,000. Short 4281, Tampa approach, roger. Altimeter 2999er. Tampa departure, Bombardier is at 8,100, climbing flight level 200.
Okay, I may not talk
Short
as sometimes
4281, contact Miami Center on
because I'm just kind of really focused on
Bombardier Tampa
this.
departure, roger. Altimeter 2999er.
So sorry if I don't talk. Just give you a heads up. Okay, let's see what I should do. It was only the takeoff. Now it's just a climb. And then it's the cruise, which is about, well, let's see, it's going to be
Bombardier, contact Jacksonville Center on
and here we go to Jacksonville
133.325.
Center.
Going to 133.325, Bombardier.
We have about 9 or 10 minutes into the flight.
Jacksonville Center, Bombardier is at 9,300, climbing flight level 200. Pacifica 4363, contact Tampa approach on 119.9er. Bombardier, Jacksonville Center, roger. Altimeter 2999er.
Let's go to procedure.
Center, November 72686,
Self-approach.
17,000.
Hopefully we can get into runway 6 because that's the easiest approach. Enter, vectors, load, procedure, and
Orbit 90585, turn left heading 115. Turn left heading 115, orbit 90585. Orbit 90585, contact Tampa approach on 125.3. Going to 125.3, orbit 90585.
oh. Just realized, can't see. Wow. This is quite nice. It's quite nice to go through files, in my opinion. The clock is 2 o'clock. Here we just climbed to 20,000 feet. This will go off on the end of the day. I have done many night flights. It's okay for a change, but it just gets boring after a while. So basically we're just climbing out of Tampa again. The level. At this point, I just sit here and think about other things in this.
Short 4281 is at flight level 192, climbing flight level 200.
Alright. So I'm still recording. Hopefully it's still getting this. I'm not really much of a talker, to be honest. About an hour into the flight now. About 25 minutes into the flight. So right now, what we're basically doing is we're flying along the coast. Huh. I guess that's where the parts were used to be.
Short 4281, climb and maintain flight level 310.
So we're just flying.
Climb and maintain flight level 310. Short 4281.
I had a flight from Birmingham to El Paso, Texas. That was a long flight, like 2 hours. Can't do much more than just...
World travel 687 warp. Climb and maintain flight level 260.
Yeah, it's kind of
Climb and maintain flight level 260. World travel 687 warp.
Yeah, if you're doing everything right, you see these two. You see this. You see this. But yeah, that just lets you know that you're doing everything right. You taxi and you could do it like a real flight. Because to be honest, I actually started out not doing realistic flights, which I'm sure you guys can assume that. Anyway, to talk about the ROBLOX videos, well, or just how I created my YouTube account. Yeah, sometimes I'll get an interruption like this.
127.8 for Bombardier.
So that was our first Jacksonville summer. This is going to be our second Jacksonville summer, which is like
Jacksonville Center,
4 or
Bombardier
5
at 17,200, climbing flight level 200. Bombardier, Jacksonville
Yeah, eventually I'm not going to talk like that. Anyway, so my friend helped me create a name because, to be honest, I'm not good at name creating.
November 4732 Quebec with you. Beach November 4732 Quebec. Jacksonville Center, Roger.
Yeah, focus with one thing. Because the sound. Anyway, so he.
Niner 426. Contact Jacksonville Center on 133.325. Going at 133.325. World travel 90426.
So he said, well, since you're gonna record ROBLOX videos, right? I said, yeah. He says, okay, so it's better for you to name yourself MrGalxyboy or something. GalxyBoy or something like that. I said, well, not MrGalxyboy. He says, it's your name. So, I've managed to rack up 12 subscribers, I think. Well, most of those are my friends. So, not really global. We're just about to reach our assigned altitude, as you can see. This is pretty fast for a car, like 290 knots. What are we doing? Oh, we're leveling, huh? Oh, maybe we're not slow.
Climb and maintain flight level 300. Climb and maintain.
I usually wait until the plane's happy with this.
Bombardier.
Until it's happy with this altitude. And 0. So now we're 30,000 feet. The flight level 300. Let's put that in here.
Jacksonville Center, world travel 687 warp with you. Flight level 260. World travel 687.
So it looks like clear skies from
Roger.
now on. And there's the border, as you can see, which we will reach here in a few. Anyway, I don't really care about this. It's just I can sort of tell the plane's gonna do something that's, well, I'm not gonna like. Anyway, so he helped me create the name. I started recording the videos just from the ROBLOX camera, which sucks, to be honest. So I started using Hypercam 2, and I just kept those in my files on my computer just for my personal things. And I started using Hypercam 3, which is like fraps, which is awesome. And it's a lot more easier to understand, or like manage. And you can hear what I'm saying, and you can hear what other people are saying, like if I'm in a call with them, Skype call. But yeah, if you guys want to add me on Skype, my name is XboxMan334. I'll put it in the description below. I remember my first time opening or just looking at the Flight Sim 10 case. I was just like, how am I going to land these planes? And here I am managing to line up with the runway, like on the center line, and doing landings at their landing gear view. Here I am basically understanding almost everything in the cockpit. You know, the primary flight display is pretty easy to understand. You know, you got your horizon, ground, air, sky, altimeter, speed, what you chose to hold, your assigned altitude, or what the altitude you put in, the speed you put in, the VOR 1, which is basically just the direction you're pointing and you're heading, the amount you're climbing at, which we're climbing at 1700 feet per minute. Your I forget what that's called, 2999 or 2999. So yeah, that. And then here's the map. And once again, you're heading VOR 2, I think. VOR 1. You can change it from GPS to navigation. Just some this. Just captured something, I guess. Looks like we're nearly there. Alright, so well, we're making it through this flight so far. Anyway, so we have the landing gear. Some of these switches I can't select or switch. This is the flight managed computer. I know exactly what it does. It's like a pilot's best friend. It basically controls the navigation of where the plane's going, what altitude we need to be at, the approach, which we usually descend around 2,200. Spoilers, speed brake, parking brake down here, emergency landing gear. That's just all. The rest of the plane doesn't really matter, apparently. It's just the cockpit that matters. It looks pretty realistic. It's just it could use a better teaching ability. So yeah.
November 0632 Juliet, Jacksonville Center, Roger. Altimeter 2996.
6. Oh yeah. What I first thought. when the air traffic control talk to different aircraft, it shows up in green, but when other aircraft are talking to them, it shows up in red. But if, let me see if I can find a message that I translate. Okay, so it'll show up in this orangish lettering, but we just left off. Orange lettering, and when they talk to me, it shows up in the cyan color.
Bombardier, climb and maintain flight level 350. Climb and maintain flight level 350.
So we're going pretty high there.
Bombardier.
Just make sure it's happy as its altitude.
Bombardier, contact Jacksonville Center on 135.325.
And here's our third Jacksonville Center.
135.325 for Bombardier.
I'm sorry for my faulty counting if I am wrong.
Jacksonville Center, Bombardier.
In the comment section below, just
climbing flight level 350. Bombardier.
let me know if I'm wrong or not.
Roger.
Yeah, it'll show up in my cyan color, which is my favorite color to be honest. Anyway, so we're going to be climbing to our cruising altitude. We're going to stay there. Let's see, we're going to end up having minutes here. So we got 38 minutes into the flight, so past a half hour. Past a half hour? No, a little more than a half hour. Until we arrive at the airport. As you can see, we're sort of we were veering off. Right, we're still veering off.
Pacifica 94443. Contact Jacksonville Center at 127.8.
Oh.
127.8.
Yeah, on like a 730. So we have our altitude, speed,
Jacksonville Center, world travel
heading
874 with you. World travel
course
874, Jacksonville Center, roger.
what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, so when I started using Hypercam 3 and I did my first video, it was pretty cool how I had it. And it records at the right time too. I'll give y'all a link of the Hypercam in the description. If you guys are still with me, which I'm pretty sure you might not be, because as you can see, how do you say? I don't know what it is. That shows up behind. I always forget about that when I have that little camera thing there. Anything like that? Almost.
Bombardier, turn left heading 300. Turn left heading 300. Bombardier.
So we're going to have to turn left heading 300.
Airwave 6254, contact Jacksonville Center on 127.8.
We can
Going to 127.8, Airwave 6254.
passengers, you can walk the cabin. And we have reached our cruising altitude. So now the plane is going to level off. Level off, I guess. And there we are.
Bombardier, turn right heading 330, resume on navigation. Turn right heading 330.
I actually flew on a Bombardier CRJ-200 before. I've seen the cockpit.
November 4732, Quebec, Jacksonville Center, Roger.
Maybe a little insane, not sure. It's just been so long ago since I've seen the cockpit, so I don't remember exactly. I probably just have all that room doing here. It's still wonder how I slightly fly on that angle. It's probably pretty fast right now. Hopefully the weather isn't as bad as it is down in Florida than Birmingham, because I've done a fogged-in landing, and I will be honest, totally honest, that fogged-in landing did not go well. I'm just nearing that bucket. Page. For Charles, runway 06. Oh, okay. So we're about 250 nautical miles. Getting closer. And we are now in the mud. Now if I can just prove that, we can go to the mud. So now let's go. Oh. Yeah, I'm basically just being a decommissioned, not even an airline. There's going to be just barely turbulence on the way. So here up in 35,000.
Contact Jacksonville Center.
They're probably going to pass me on to another Jacksonville Center. Would be our fourth Jacksonville Center. So I correct myself and say it's going to be 4 or 5. There's going to be 4, exactly 4 Jacksonville Centers in this flight. Then we go into 2 Atlanta Centers, 1 Montgomery approach, and then I think 2 Birmingham approaches, and then we go to Birmingham Tower. And that's right about when we're landing. Like, we'd say, Bombardier is inbound ILS approach for runway 06, and then I would say, Bombardier would straight in runway 6, they say acknowledge hatchery entrance. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what they say, but I may not talk that much when I'm landing, because I get really little nervous, just a little bit, because it's like a real world flight. You know, you can make the flight sim the most realistic thing you can ever play, and that's what I love about it. The only unrealistic thing is sometimes when I turn like this, like moving engines, like not as in a real cockpit thing where you can. Well, it's actually kind of quite weird how the cockpit's more in front of the plane, and then you can still hear it pretty loud. It just doesn't make sense to me. But prove me wrong on that. There's probably an airport over there. There's like a bunch of airports with more of the airfields like if I go to the GPS here, we just passed the Tallahassee International Airport. We're about 26 minutes out. So we're going to pass through a little bit of Georgia here. That's when we're going to get into Atlanta Center. And I looked at a map, and apparently Atlanta is all the way nearly at the top of nearly at the top of Georgia state. Existing now. Alright. So let me just what's the flying here? The final. Eventually, I'm not gonna need this. So yeah, the Jacksonville Airport, Tallahassee Airport is somewhere down there. There's an airfield down there. Another airfield down there. Let's play a little game called Spotting Airfields. So yeah, I'm going to end here when it's time. Sorry for this quick one. So yeah, we've almost made it, my lads. I would be very surprised if you actually could make it. No offense to this entire video, because to be honest, when I'm not talking to anybody, I get very bored. Like doing this. You know what I mean? Oh, it would be like 3 by now, probably. 1? Yeah. Okay. Are we still in Florida? No, we're in Georgia now. We should be contacting the Atlanta Center here eventually. Probably by the time we pass this, we're going to contact Atlanta Center. And right about then, they'll start descending us down. So there we go, descending. They'll start descending us probably exactly the same way they managed to go 2-hour cruising altitude. Oh yeah. I've been just at this when I was gonna do another flight in a Boeing 737. Boeing 737s are quite interesting to land at Birmingham. Same with 737s. Anyway, so when I went into, I just started. I was on the tarmac at Tampa. Next, you know, the number 2 button on my joystick here just sort of wobbled and just popped off. I don't know how, why, but it just did. I'm going to get a pretty good view. My friends ahead of us. See, we've got a mountain over there. That must be the airport. Alright. Also, if you zoom
travel 6874, contact Jacksonville Center on 119.1.
Yeah.
Going to 119.1.
Sort of entertain myself. Plus, plus. Alright. So if you sort of zoom in, because I like to entertain myself, you can see a little bit of 3D there. What are we doing? We're sort of flying level. Looks like, yeah. Too bad they played some multiplayer games by went out before I could get to play some. Oh, decision height. I see. I was wondering what that was. Sometimes I would wonder what IFR was, and I just assumed it was like in-flight route. That's just what I sort of assumed what it was. And then, okay, so,
Bombardier, contact Jacksonville,
those
center
are
on 134.3. 134.3 for Bombardier. Jacksonville, center, Bombardier, with
eventually I'm gonna have to get a new computer, which is gonna suck badly. And I'm still saving up for anything. Heck, so we've got about 19 minutes so far. No Atlanta Center. I think they're just gonna start contacting us by the time we get there. The distance 100. Ground speed. Wow. I'm actually starting to see estimated time en route is 19 minutes. 498 knots ground speed. Distance over time, I guess, is 331 miles. Our distance from the airport is. See, I'm still learning. I didn't quite understand that, but still know what that's saying. I'm just too excited to talk about it. Because as soon as I hear Atlanta Center, I'm just like, okay, we're gonna start descending here. So let's fix this. Wow. Sometimes the plane just does this ground movement, so I'm just like, why are you doing this?
Jacksonville Center, World Travel 1562, with you, flight level 250. World Travel 1562,
Let's see what
Jacksonville Center, roger.
Got 737s, A321, got an AP80, propeller, props. These are the only like bigger passenger planes other than me. Well, I'm the only Bombardier CRJ700 in Buick. But there's only a little jet 45. If I look at, wow, oh, this must be at the jets. No? Okay, then. Oh, nothing messed up while I was down there at the ground. Oh yeah, at one point, the airplane itself had such a sort of mismatch flying. Even while the autopilot's still flying. Anyway, so the plane just had such a nose up climb as I looked at the other planes and the AIs.
Contact Atlanta Center.
There we go.
0.45.
Hello, Atlanta Center.
0.45. Bombardier.
So basically, once you start talking to Atlanta Center, it takes a little bit.
Flight level 350. Bombardier, Atlanta Center, roger.
I actually broke the record of altitude record for all the AIs because they travel at the maximum altitude of 32,000 feet. Well, I basically broke the record by far, took it up to 35,000 feet. Next, you know, this other AI is just like a freaking 36,000 feet. I'm like, wow, that's the new record. And I know no other airplane's going up even higher than that, other than maybe an A380 or a space aircraft. Obviously, space aircraft. So yeah, we're just gonna wait here a bit. Just gonna search through the. That's how much fuel we have in both tanks. So the tanks are here. There. Cross feed, I guess. This is a cross feed. So total fuel is 4,400. There's all the flight controls. Those are elevators. Ailerons.
Bombardier, descend and maintain
Here we
flight
go.
level 240. Descend and maintain flight level 240. Bombardier.
Oh wait, whoa. My bad. 240. So slow down the speed to about 260 for now. Okay. So now we're going to start descending into Birmingham.
Atlanta Center, Mall, November 16865.
So basically we're in Alabama now.
November 16865, Atlanta Center, roger.
Okay,
Altimeter 3003.
I'm going to have to remember that about 13 minutes out, they start contacting the Atlanta Center.
Approach on 121.1. 121.13, Mall, 865.
I can still slightly hear an AI in it. As always, below 10,000 feet will be the oh yeah. If I feel like it, I may do a flight back to Tampa. No, I don't think you guys are gonna stick around for that long. Just because only in real life do people actually record the 1700. So 1800, thank you very much. So yeah, we are just sending our way down. Eventually I'm not going to need this because eventually I'm going to teach myself how to land. I'm going to teach myself how to land from the cockpit view because I need to train myself for the career, and landing from the outside view, to be honest, isn't really training me. So probably somewhere when I get into high school, I'll probably be moving on to this, adding on stuff, more realistic flying, and I'll teach myself how to land in the cockpit, because I know I use this to line up. I used to, at least. Oh god. Seriously. So 260 is the assigned altitude. First, whoa, no. 260 is our assigned speed. Well, I put it in. We're slowly going towards.
Bombardier, you are 86 miles southeast. Turn right heading 005. Expect vectors ILS. Runway 24 approach. Turn right heading
So I'm putting in
005.
the GPS.
Expect vectors ILS. Runway 24 approach. Bombardier.
005. Oh, crap. Whoops. It's okay. People make mistakes. I'm not always perfect, and I wouldn't like suspect anyone is. Well, we're going in for an approach at runway 24. That's good. Be a hell of a way to descend and get on the right approach, because runway 6, all you have to do is just simply turn right. Right? No, just turn left. Turn right just a little bit, and then just line up with the runway, and then you're on the approach. And by the time you start turning, you want to lower your gear, make sure that your flaps are at full. Like 21 should go like 1, flaps 1, flaps 2, flaps 3, flaps full. Boeing and Bombardier go by this reads closer.
Atlanta Center, orbit 90275 with you. Orbit 90275,
1 degree,
Atlanta Center,
8
Roger.
degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, and 45 degrees. That's the
Atlanta Center, Mooney, November 9858 Whiskey, with you, flight level 190. Mooney, November 9858 Whiskey, Atlanta
flight,
Center, Roger. Bombardier, descend and maintain flight level 180. Descend and maintain flight level 180. Bombardier.
Going to flight level 180. Alright. Slow it down to about 230 for now. Because if I
Contact Atlanta Center on 134.905. Going to 134.905. Orbit 90275.
Reference page. The reference page of this CRJ 700. Flap degrees. One is 230. So number 5 is 230 when we reach that speed. Same with number 8. Same with 20. And then I'm just gonna put it down to 8. Because about when we are yeah, you see, I just hate this approach because we have to come all the way over here and come in with that, and you can't go lower than 2,000 feet on the approach. Because if you do, you have to climb again, and then you end up in a stall. Stitch don't want to happen. We're gonna land about. Oh, we're probably gonna land around 2. Oh, 2? Probably 2. Because we've got 11 minutes left. So that's gonna be, yep, 2. Yeah, that's gonna be 54. Probably still gonna land at 2 because I get excited and yeah. It's gonna help this spot here. You can see the mountain. If I zoom out here, there's where the approach starts, and it goes into there. It's very painful in northern Alabama. I'm gonna do a flight to Huntsville here eventually because flights from Tampa.
Bombardier, turn left heading 330. Turn left heading 330. Bombardier. Bombardier, descend and maintain 4,000. Descend and maintain 4,000. Bombardier.
So yeah.
Atlanta Center, orbit 90275, with flight level 320. Orbit 90275, Atlanta Center, roger.
Just gonna put the box to 1. Actually, so that here. Alright, they have. Alright. Ops going to 8 degrees. Ops going to 20.
Atlanta Center,
Alright.
4322 is climbing to 16,200.
I'm gonna leave them like that until we get closer to the airport.
4322, Atlanta Center, roger. Altimeter 3002.
Let's see this.
Pacifica 4322, climb and maintain flight level 310. Climb and maintain flight level 310.
I'm not really that nervous right now because I've done this before. Just when I went in for my first landing, I'd have to say. Because I mean, I was gonna do it with the 747, but that decided actually. So if you just turn like this, Alright, so we're not going to really need that anymore. Let's see this out here. So if I go to the outside view, because we're going to land there, 42% as you can see. Anyway, thank you for staying with me for this entire flight. Because, to be honest, it wasn't really that boring, because I'm basically talking and flying at the same time. I guess that's a possibility. It is actually. I mean, when you find one. It's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna send it there. So there.
Bombardier, contact Birmingham approach on 123.8. 123.8, Bombardier. Birmingham approach, Bombardier is at 11,700, descending 4,000. Bombardier, Birmingham approach, roger, altimeter 3004.
I'm actually gonna put the localizer on. Test to see if I can. Because sometimes I have to do this sliding manually, which I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? And just check outside. The clouds are down, which is good. Obviously not very much. The airport's gonna be over there. So basically what they're gonna have us do is we're gonna just start flying. We're gonna turn right about left, right about there. Descend and just land. Look at this descent. If I zoom in, you can actually see the engines and the people inside. So what I try to do is, when I get to here, I'll line up like this. Let's do that. And then also just land from this view, which is quite high. So how that's set up my bed. Got there. I should probably do it. Because we're nearing the assigned altitude.
Are we allowed to have our laptops?
I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You never asked anyone. And no, you're not. You're not of it. Did your finger work?
Who's going to win?
Did your finger?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not supposed to know that.
We're not letting you in.
When?
You're having an interview, he said. Of course, she's concerned about it. Because she has to be on it almost all day. Maybe not to. Yeah, I was hoping that this would actually not happen.
Orbit 8326.
It's quite an interesting
Contact Birmingham
approach.
approach on 125.45.
Seriously, quite an
125.45
interesting
for
approach.
orbit 8326.
I've never did an approach like this before. Well, for your star altitude. Over this here, get over there. Slow us down to 180 knots. Coming on the approach. I'm going to trim on the landing legs now.
Cessna 83 uniform, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact Birmingham approach on 124.9er. 124.9er, Cessna 83 uniform.
So there's the landing lights going on.
Bombardier, turn left heading 330. Turn left heading 330. Bombardier. Birmingham departure. World travel 2583 is climbing through 1,400 for 1000. World travel 2583. Birmingham departure. Roger. Altimeter 3006. World travel 2583. Turn left heading 145. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 1000. Turn left heading 145. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 1000. World travel 2583. World travel 2583. Turn left heading 115. Turn left heading 115. World travel 2583. World travel 2583. Contact Birmingham approach on 124.9er. Birmingham approach, orbit 8326 with you, 9,000. Orbit 8326, Birmingham approach, roger, altimeter 3004. 124.9er, Fort World travel 2583.
We're going to have us turn to the approach.
Orbit 8326, contact Montgomery approach on 121.2. 121.2, orbit 8326.
Just going to load it here now.
Bombardier, descend Bombardier, airport is 10
Alright.
o'clock, 1 miles.
This landing may not be perfect, but we're gonna go with it, right? So, let's see.
Birmingham Tower, Bombardier is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Bombardier, airport is 11 o'clock, 10 miles. Birmingham Tower, Bombardier is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
I think that's it over there.
Airport is 12 o'clock, 9
Oh,
miles.
well, that's it. Alright. I have visual on the runway. So, I'm just gonna get over here. Just try to maintain. I'm gonna talk to a little bit of this. We're still at 10,000. So we want to keep that. Alright. I don't want to hit those. See, this is an interesting approach, as you can see. Here's our speed. We're still good. Alright, we have blue goes.
Bombardier, cleared to land, runway 24. Cleared to land, runway 24. Bombardier.
Alright. Switch to slightly turning this way. As you can see, my landing skills not too shabby.
Birmingham Tower, Cessna, November 4712 Charlie, ready at runway 24, east departure. Cessna, November 4712 Charlie, hold short, runway 24. Traffic is Bombardier, Seagull 700 on final. Hold short, runway 24, Cessna 10 Charlie.
Right lined up. There we go, YouTube. And fast. Alright, slow it down, 100. AT. Stop it off.
Bombardier, contact ground on 121.7. Cessna November 4712, Charlie, cleared for takeoff, runway 24, departure to the east approved. Going to 121.7, Bombardier.
That was that.
Clear for Birmingham ground, Bombardier, request taxi to the gate. Bombardier, taxi to gate Golf 1 using taxiway Alpha 2 Alpha. Taxiing to gate Golf 1 using taxiway Alpha 2 Alpha, Bombardier.
Well, as I said, it was a hell of a way before. That was it. Pretty simple. I have to say. I'm not going to end the video until I get to the gate, so you guys can enjoy the taxi. But yeah, after that, I think I did pretty well for the approach. Actually, most of it I tried to straighten off the camera there so it can actually line the tail with the runway. I think it looked like it came in pretty fast when I landed. Let's go off. Let's go home. I definitely reacted a little late. But yeah, it's how simple a line with the CRJ 700 can get. I tried with the Boeing 747, I landed it. I tried with the Boeing 737, I landed it. There's just much more aircraft I need to try and land with. Actually, my grandmother saw me land once with the Boeing 747. That was actually a pretty good landing. I lined up perfectly with the runway, and I wanted to leave it off to the right. Oh, actually sprang up. That was scary. Let's just screw up here. Side gate. Turn to our side gate. Yep, we're in the gate now. There's a and that's the point. Just hit the parking brakes. Open up the gate. Open the door. Open the door. There we go. There we go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Thank you for watching, and I will probably fly to Tampa soon.